يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله إلى البيت العتيق حملت روحي.
The 8th of Zulhijjah begins the countdown to the greatest yearly religious assembly in the world. Muslim pilgrims will travel thousands of kilometers on this solitary journey of faith, becoming a part of this act of devotion. For the faithful, Hajj is the ultimate act of devotion, and for most is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is no ordinary event. The pilgrimage, a single journey of faith, requires a substantial investment of money, time and effort to make an acceptable Hajj. In order to accomplish the arduous journey, information must be gathered, itineraries organized and documents prepared. In this preparation, no detail can be overlooked, so that physical effort, emotional peace and financial practicality enable you to perform Hajj in the peace of heart and mind. The preparations are many, so to optimize your momentous journey of spiritual devotion and personal insight and appraisal, Comerel Travels delivers reliability and attention to detail for your pilgrimage, as they have done for pilgrims for over a decade.
I've been a customer of Comerel as far as I can remember since the commencement of this company. So it's over a period of maybe 10 years now or so. So alhamdulillah, so far so good.
I heard about Comerel through my uncle or my cousin, Alhaji Umaru Mutallab. He told me about the company, which I quite understand that he performed his Hajj through the organization.
This is my first time of coming with Comerel. I've had so many things about Comerel from friends, about the services and the rest. And I say, okay, let me try it this time and see if what they're telling me is truth.
The pilgrimage, every Muslim's dream, takes only 5 days to complete, following a lifetime of preparation. This is the story of Comerel pilgrims engaging in the Hajj, one of the most important events of their lives, a gathering of first-timers and loyal returning pilgrims from the United Kingdom and Africa on their epic journey to Hajj.
I came with a lot of trepidation and fear. I had been told that well, it's a journey of a lifetime, and just be prepared because it is uncomfortable, it is tasking, it is physically exhausting. But alhamdulillah, I cannot thank Comerel for all the efforts that they've made to make it such a pleasing and comfortable journey.
For me, that came 4 years ago. I've seen much difference, much improvement, not declining.
Comerel Travels, Best Nigerian Company, winner of the Award of Excellence for providing exceptional Hajj and Umrah services, and for being the best performing tour operator to both domestic and international markets. Comerel is among the leading providers of Hajj and Umrah services, ensuring every detail in the contract arrangement is provided for in a top-notch and noble manner for every pilgrim.
And I decided to, this time around, to pick Comerel because after checking all other agents, I was able to discover that Comerel provides one of the best packages that one can get to perform his Hajj.
For those of us who are frequent travelers with Comerel, there are certain standards that Comerel is known for. And that is why we said everything should be done to ensure that we encourage patronage.
Over the years, the key to Comerel's success is reliable planning and constant attention to detail in delivering quality arrangements that are cost-effective, consistent, and trustworthy. Reliability is the way to achieve premium quality in business, and this is the foundation of Comerel Travel, a fact established by the Nigerian regulating authority, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON. Every Hajj operation is distinct, and every solution must be uniquely tailored for participating pilgrims to meet their needs and requirements.
Their services and their care, and attention to our needs and our questions were all answered, and they were answered succinctly with enough information. There was no room for doubt.
The company's success lies in their customized processes, sound logistics, spiritual guidance, as well as other exclusive components of each Hajj and Umrah package. In the quest to provide unsurpassed Hajj and Umrah experiences, Comerel strives for financial value and the highest quality in innovative ideas, because every detail of the operational arrangements is carried out from the moment the pilgrims leave their homes and begin their pilgrimage. The company's goal is to ensure Comerel pilgrims have an end-to-end control over their journey.
What Comerel is doing is at the maximum peak for everybody to fit in. If you are there and you think the enjoyment is too much, you can on your own reduce it.
Trustworthiness is a fundamental concept in business, and Comerel promises to provide exceptional quality and reliability in every service, every step of the way.
More than satisfactory. Everything, like I said, everything that was promised, we got either that or more than that, especially at Muna and Arfa. I like the way everything went because I have followed pilgrims before, and compared to this, you can't even, there's no comparison. Actually, there isn't.
As returning pilgrims often say, Comerel designs the journey, providing a hassle-free Hajj with every step of the way. With ample time remaining before the Hajj exercises begin, Comerel management has considered every aspect of the necessary pre-departure arrangements to ensure the logistical needs of each individual pilgrim is handled expertly. Pilgrims from first-timers to experienced pilgrims are turning to Comerel services to avoid the issues many have encountered at the hands of other tour operators, like being caught off guard by untimely last-minute preparations, poor logistics, and unfortunate accommodations in hotels and mashayir tents, as well as inefficient and unreliable processes. Comerel's Hajj and Umrah services are world-class standards, designed to deliver value-added services which provide pilgrims with a richer experience than those found in the Nigerian and international Hajj tour operations market. Comerel's driving philosophy will always remain comfort, efficiency, and reliability designed to reduce stress for everyone involved.
I would say it's the type of management that Comerel has. They look at every detail. They try to give you the best experience. And it is very important in business that people have come to appreciate a certain value with a certain brand. So when you talk about Comerel brand, you know that you are getting that comfort, efficiency, and reliability that is part of your brand name.
With more than a decade of experience in the Hajj operations, Comerel Travels has helped busy professionals and executives fulfill their religious obligations of Hajj and Umrah in both ease and style.
If I'm coming on Hajj or Umrah, I should be able to have somebody that can take care of my logistic requirements and my anxiety ahead of time. I should not be left in doubt as to what happened next. Not somebody that will bring me to Medina, and that's the time he start looking for accommodation for me. It's not a tour operator that will bring me to Mecca and start looking for where I will take my meals.
Alhamdulillah, I chose Comerel services because I've heard of their efficiency and their reliability from friends and relatives. So I thought I should come and be part of this noble cause with them. That was how I came about joining Comerel services.
The company employs professional staffers who are confident and knowledgeable about the services provided, from the spiritual guide to the visas to the flights to the accommodations. They work to simplify all the processes involved in the Hajj and Umrah exercises and guide the anticipating pilgrims through every detail of the process, from choosing their package option to their successful return home.
What else are you looking for? You can pay to an operator and throughout the Hajj exercise, you not even see Mecca. I've experienced it before. So my loyalty to Comerel is purely because of the services they render. And that is why they are rated as the best tour operator in the country.
By delivering ongoing excellence which seeks to always improve each pilgrim's experiences, by providing superior Hajj and Umrah services, Comerel Travel's exceptional services have successfully reduced the need to rely on other international Hajj companies outside Nigeria. As a result, today, Comerel, a company fully owned and operated by Nigerians, serves more nationalities than ever before. Comerel's efforts free Nigerian pilgrims from worry by delivering a satiating Hajj experience which the management maintains as a priority over profit. The company also believes providing incomparable service, along with the value-laden travel and outstanding accommodations, will earn the pleasure of Allah. Since Comerel began operations over almost 2 decades ago, its induction course designed to prepare the intending pilgrims for the journey, rituals and travel for their pilgrimage has been an effective and helpful tool.
Every induction course, comes with some new knowledge, For some pilgrims that are experienced, they may feel maybe the induction course is superfluous, but as far as I'm concerned, once you attend the induction course, you are bound to pick something new.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, the governing agency in charge of the regulation of the Hajj and Umrah industry in Nigeria, always witnesses the event and expresses its gratitude toward Comerel for their ongoing efforts to educate and familiarize pilgrims with their upcoming journey and the needed preparations.
Comerel Travels and Tours Limited, we want to inform this August gathering that is #1 tour operator in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So you are in a safe hand. For the past 3 years, 2016, 2015, 2016 and 2017, we know the services being provided by Comerel Travels and Tours Limited.
Comerel, I think, like the representative from Hajj Commission has said, is #1. And I have seen it. It's #1 because the arrangement is quite interesting and is very comforting.
The chairman of the board of directors of Comerel was also present, giving a short speech on the vision and future of the company.
Despite the economic challenges, we have neither cancelled this year's Hajj operation as others have done. Now are we lowering the standard of our services? Instead, we have innovatively improved the quality of these services to ensure your comfort while performing your spiritual rites.
The General Manager Administration delighted the pilgrims with the details of the theoretical aspects of an acceptable Hajj.
You wear your ihram cloth again from your hotel room. Don't forget, for Umrah was also from the hotel room. Take your bath, use your perfume if you are male. Sisters, avoid perfume.
The attending pilgrims were given the necessary vaccines and immunization cards, known as yellow cards from the FCT Health Department representatives, all of which are standard practices when traveling with Comerel Travels. Later, the head of Comerel medical team, Dr. Kadri Oladeji Abdurrahim, delivered a lecture to the pilgrims, followed by one-on-one counseling sessions to make pilgrims aware of their health status and to gather the needed medical information regarding health challenges and the rigorous exercises of the Hajj.
We need to take a lot of water. We have talked about the fact that we are going to an environment that is hot. So the rate of horse losing water is going to be higher than what we may be used to. So one of the ways to compensate on this is for us to take a lot of water.
In addition, the doctor provided free medical examinations for the pilgrims. This allowed the intending pilgrims to familiarize themselves with the man to whom they would entrust their healthcare throughout the journey. It also gave some a quick hint on which drugs to pack for their trip and what to avoid.
After having done that, the next thing is to wear your ihram. Ihram is of 2 pieces of cloth.
The Amirul Hajj of Comerel Travels demonstrated the performance of Hajj with the use of scale models of the significant landmarks involved. During the demonstration, pilgrims had an opportunity to observe practical aspects of the rites of Hajj, including how to correctly wear the ihram, how to perform the Kaaba circumambulation, along with the movements between Safa and Marwa.
This Egypt is part of the Kaaba. So as you are praying, you are reciting your prayer, Allahumma fili dhunubi, waqfili, Allahumma fili dhunubi, waftali ababa rahmatika, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda, wal-tuqa, wal-afafa, wal-ghina.
I thought I have known the workings of how to do Hajj and the rest of it. But from what I have gone through today, it's not always good to assume. I have learned a lot.
Sumaisha Store generously gifted Zamzam water for everyone in attendance. The program ended with the General Manager of Finance and Strategy highlighting the importance of preparedness for the tasks ahead. And as always, the pilgrims' questions were answered to their satisfaction.
When you have your document, please, we have inserted Hajj right pamphlets, which has been our tradition. Please, that Hajj right pamphlet, kindly do not leave it behind in Nigeria. We would have decided to give you in Saudi Arabia, but we want people to start getting used to the contents before we get to the Holy Land.
The day ended with a variety of sumptuous dishes and drinks, which helped relax the attendees of the induction course.
I'm always looking forward to it, even though previously I wasn't opportune to be, but I was looking forward, like, okay, if I have the chance, I would want to come, even not for anything, for the meal, definitely.
For the intending pilgrims and the Comerel staff, it was time to say their goodbyes. Dedicated VIP buses transported those who desired this service to the airport, while others arrived in their own vehicles.
There's a lot of Comerel ground staff right from the beginning, and the issue, people that do not have logistic were told to go to National Mosque and come. And some of us that are used to traveling just went to the airport. You could see right from the beginning, they are asking for assistance. If you need assistance is there to provide it up to the time.
The signature Comerel meet and greet service rendered upon departure and arrival at airports is unmatched. The staff worked in a well-coordinated fashion, ensuring there were no loose ends. Boarding was fun and the transfer to the transit hotels before the flights was simple. Those who were using Comerel services for the first time began to understand how the company had earned its well-deserved reputation. From the coordination of the group on the flight to the seamless transfer process, the entire journey was powered by experience and knowledge. Each pilgrim understood the team's expertise and efficiency.
Hello, my name is Theodora. Here's how business class look like. Here you have full flat bed for your good night's sleep, followed with 20-inch screen, the biggest in the world. For your full comfort, you will have amenity kit bags, and of course, right here on your side is your personal minivan.
Hello, welcome aboard.
The aircraft featured was the new Emirates Airbus A340-300, with a 267-passenger capacity, equipped with top-of-the-line entertainment systems, and updated with the latest in-flight communication, including 10-inch HD displays.
Welcome on board. This is the i-System with the largest screen in the world, 13.3 inches. It has over 2,200 channels and on-demand movies. As well, we have a Wi-Fi on board for free for all customers.
The seats were comfortable with sufficient legroom. Members of the cabin crew were pleasant and friendly, and the food was delicious. Understanding airports are often difficult to navigate. Comerel made certain friendly Comerel staffers were waiting to greet and guide the pilgrims from the moment they arrived. The second group of intending pilgrims proceeded to their transit hotel, which provided comfortable accommodations and convenient services during their 18-hour stopover in Dubai.
Emirates, which aircraft you have again that's other than Emirates? And the aircraft was good. The service in the aircraft was good. When we got to Dubai, they gave us an hotel accommodation. We stayed.
The beauty of it, the GM, Usman, is a very hardworking person, is workaholic. He makes sure in Abuja everybody boarded before he board the aircraft, and everywhere, even in the hotel in Dubai, where people were accommodated for the half day, he made sure everybody come out and enter the bus to go to the airport, at least for those that stayed in the hotel that he was. So he tried to make sure everything looks right.
After relaxing and shopping during the stopover in Dubai, the second group departed to Medina on board another Emirates aircraft.
We will be arriving in Medina shortly. Please return to your seat and make sure your bags under the seat in front of you or in the overhead locker. Your seat must be upright with the armrest down and your seatbelt securely fastened.
Pilgrims went through security checks with ease and were greeted by welcoming and professional Comerel staffers awaiting their arrival.
This time around, immediately we came out, there were people waiting for us. We sat down, waited for others to collect their baggage, and there was a bus waiting, and then we left immediately. So the whole arrangement was seamless. It was flawless. So I have no complaints at all.
Before I arrived Medina, I was told from Lagos Point that somebody will be waiting for me. And the only fear I will have will be if somebody was not at the airport waiting for me at Medina. But fortunately for me, he was there. And even then, if he was not there, I should be able to find my way to the hotel because the hotel is a renowned one. And I had the plan B in case I miss any member of Comerel at Medina. I did not even know him. So I saw the flag of Comerel and I went straight.
To ensure a positive start, the pilgrims were provided with a taste of the conveniences ahead, as they were all given their hotel room cards at the airport prior to boarding the first-class Comerel buses for the comfortable ride to the hotel. As always, Comerel took note of the specific needs of each pilgrim and their travelling companions. Family members and friends were grouped together, while older pilgrims and younger pilgrims enjoyed being grouped separately. All found this an affable atmosphere to socialize and pass the time together. From the airport, the pilgrims arrived in a short order at the prestigious Oberoi Hotel Medina, welcomed by the managing director of Comerel Travels, who provided a warm reception to honor the arriving pilgrims. Pilgrims were presented with 2 package options, each filled with unique attributes. The VIP Premium package exemplifies exceptional comfort at the best price. Pilgrims traveling with either package were the guests of the Oberoi Medina Hotel, which needs little introduction to frequent visitors to Medina.
We went to Medina Oberoi in Medina. The staff in Medina Oberoi are always very good. They have very good staff. There are people who are waiting to collect our baggage. They took it to our rooms. We had the bulletin waiting for us, telling us where to have our meals, salah times and all of that.
5-star service in Medina is 5-star service. Abraham is one of the best, is the best, not one of the best, is the best hotel you can find in Saudi Arabia. Comerel provided that for us.
The trip was not only smooth, but also it was timely and very satisfactory, because we saw the accommodation arrangements that were made. It was as told to us that will be put in place, and we made it accordingly, and the timings were adequate, and the reception at Medina was very good.
The hotel enjoys unparalleled position due to its proximity to Al-Masjid Al-Nabawi, the Prophet's Mosque. The hotel is elegant with comfortable accommodations, providing only the best paraphernalia for serene and efficient services. The courteous and helpful staff, as well as exceptional amenities, to numerous spacious, well-organized lifts.
With regards to my roommates, they were, we got along, which was a nice thing. And they were also courteous. I think we all tried to be as courteous to each other as possible.
This immense restaurant was dedicated to the Comerel pilgrims and served in an open buffet, delectable Nigerian cuisine, along with continental dishes. A wide array of delicious foods catering to all tastes is available.
Everything is excellent. The feeding arrangement where only Comerel pilgrims have their own dining. Excellent. We have Nigerian food. Everything you have. You have fish pepper soup, cow leg, you have pounded yam, tuwon shinkafa. Everything you want, you get. I mean, the Medina arrangement is so wonderful.
The sights and aroma of Nigerian specialities like amala, gari, cow leg, pounded yam, masa, kose, mian toshe, and tou brought appreciative smiles to the faces of the pilgrims. Alhamdulillah.
Even from speaking. So myself and other women that are here with their spouses, they're like, the men are always asking for Nigerian food whenever they travel out. So I think it should be continued. It should be continued.
These appetizing Nigerian delights would not be possible without this kitchen committed to the Comerel Group alone. Like a luxury hotel kitchen, the dedicated Comerel kitchen functions similarly with areas devoted to the various parts of the cooking process. Ingredients are checked for quality on arrival and prepared with care under the watchful eye of Malama Hawa Abu Bakr Siddiq. All through their stay in Medina, the pilgrims were served more than 79 sumptuous local and continental dishes. Throughout the journey, the Comerel Hajj team focused all their efforts on serving the pilgrims attentively. The pilgrims quickly understood that Comerel and its dedicated staff genuinely care about their comfort.
رقت عيناي شوقا ولطيبة ذرفت عشقا فأتيت إلى حبيبي فاهدأ يا قلب ورفقا صلي على محمد السلام.
The pilgrims participated in the customary visit to the Rawdah, the Prophet's grave, and Baqi. Following the Asr prayer, the Comerel VIP buses arrived promptly at the hotel to escort the pilgrims on the day's Ziyarah tour.
Right from the Miqat, as we said, a line of demarcation had already been struck, had already been placed, so that you know that you are now a refined Muslim. You are now somebody who engages now in a special spiritual mission.
Guided by Comerel's Amirul Hajj, who was assisted by multiple scholars in each of the buses, the pilgrims continued their ziyarah of the city, visiting a number of the sites significant to their honored Islamic heritage.
He comes purposely to visit the masjid of our beloved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So by implication, after visiting the masjid, you will be opportune to visit other places that are very important, or rather you are ought to visit while you are in Medina, like Masjid Quba, like Shuhada Uhud, like Baqi'ul Gharqad.
At every stop, the pilgrims enhanced their knowledge of Islamic history through the historical accounts delivered by learned guides. The pilgrims enjoyed dinner at the Oberoi Madina. During dinner, the CEO of Comerel explained the perfectly timed upcoming events.
We're going to move all of us to Makkah, or all of us will sleep in Muzdalifah until the morning.
We are under this company. Can we all be exempted, or it is better for us to sleep in Muzdalifah so that we can forfeit the exemption? I think the issue is a simple one, but I will be glad if other people here from the intending pilgrims will look at least our own group and see which one is more applicable. I will appreciate that.
If you want to go to spend the night in Muzdalifah, the first thing in the morning after Sunnah prayer, proceed to Mina on foot.
At this point, the intending pilgrims were able to voice their opinions and concerns to improve the experience for future Comerel travelers.
In a hadith, which has been reported by Muslim, again, may Allah have mercy on him, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through his actions, teaches Muslims always how to finalize or how to choose when they are given an opportunity, particularly with regards to fatwa. In that hadith, the companions, may Allah be pleased with them, said, "Ma khuyyira Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam bayna amrayn illa ikhtara aysarahuma." The Prophet has never been given any opportunity to choose from two alternatives that are permissible, both of them, unless and until he chooses the easiest one.
They were seeking for opinions of the group to see how things can be done. They were not doing those things just because they wanted to do it like that. It's because they saw that there was some deficiency in area, so they'll bring it on board. All of us will discuss it. And that's the area that all of us were commending the MD, because he was bringing issues on table for discussion before decisions were taken. And if you do it like that, since everybody is on board, everybody is on the same table, at the same table with the problems, then the decision you will take will be a uniform one for everybody's convenience and inconveniences.
And the Amirul Hajj explained the most important points regarding activities which needed to take place from the hotel, including taking the ritual bath, putting ihram, and making intention while airborne on the morrow. The pilgrims placed their luggage outside their rooms, and hotel porters carried it to the awaiting trucks at the hotel entrance, in obedience to the sunnah of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. The pilgrims bathed and donned their ihram garments in their rooms. Once prepared, the pilgrims settled into their designated SUVs and buses. In a short time, they arrived safely at Prince Mohammed bin Abdulaziz International Airport, Medina, for their journey onward to Jeddah. On every leg of the journey, Comerel's goal is to simplify the processes for the pilgrims on their trip of a lifetime. The decision to fly the pilgrims from Medina to Jeddah was born out of that goal and a desire to reduce stress in the movement of pilgrimage from Medina to Mecca.
Comerel was able to have a relation with the airline officials. They did group checking. All we were given our passports and our boarding passes, which was so wonderful and so great. We flew and we didn't waste much time at the airport in Medina. We started coming to Mecca. In airport in Jeddah, we started coming to Mecca. It's so wonderful.
For me, that's the best opinion to do, because if you are in Mecca, the best way to travel, if you have the opportunity, is by air, because then you don't have any obstruction.
In Jeddah, the always attentive Comerel ground staff awaited for the Hajis and made sure that the buses were in place, adorned with Comerel stickers, showcasing proudly Nigerian, and ready to transport the arriving pilgrims to Mecca.
Immediately we arrived Jeddah, the ground staff were there with the vehicle. They received us, and our hotel tickets, hotel keys were given to us right inside the bus.
The pilgrims' luggage, having arrived early, was in the hotels with a member of the Comerel transport team, watching over the pilgrims' belongings until they arrived. While en route to Mecca, the Comerel team distributed room card keys to the pilgrims, who continued chanting the Talbiyah until they reached Mecca. The distribution of room keys on board allowed the pilgrims to bypass check-in and go straight to their rooms easily.
And the beauty of it, even in coming to Mecca, in Medina, right inside your bus, you get the keys. Before you even enter the buses, we are given our hotel keys. It's so wonderful. So there's no hassle. You go, when we went in to the hotel, we just label our bags with our room numbers because we know our room and went up. So it's really, in fact, it's even better than the UK arrangement. The UK arrangement, you have to check in by yourself.
Because everything was in the bus. We have the convenience in the bus. We have food. In fact, we were overfed. They were giving us too much food. And I was complaining to the staff that this food you are giving us is too much, please. But some people also like it like that.
From the airport, the pilgrims arrived, welcomed by the managing director of Comerel Travels, who provided a warm reception to honor the arriving pilgrims.
Here in Mecca, they promised 5-star hotel. Ryan is a 5-star hotel. That's the 5-star service in Mecca.
Once settled into their hotel accommodations, the pilgrims enjoyed a short time of relaxation. Later they strolled up to the Grand Mosque, the Masjidul Haram, and performed Umrah. Every step of the way, the trusted Comerel team accompanied the pilgrims, encouraging them to be patient for the desired outcome.
It's a very, very good achievement for Comerel. And it's a good way of showing that he listens, or the company listens, and they are concerned with people's complaints. Last year, people raised observations about the way services were given in Fairmont Hotel, where we stayed. Especially their feeding facilities in Fairmont was not good enough, because the crowd in Fairmont is so much that every meal is a talk on its own. And we raised this observation to Comerel. And typical of a company that listen to the yearnings and complaints of their customers, we took it as a challenge. And this year, He changed our hotel.
Their hotel accommodations, it is only a 1-minute walk to the Haram. No, it is actually within the Masjidul Haram. And the majority of accommodations deliver a remarkable view of the Haram and the sacred Kaaba.
The hotels are well to standard, and their food, mashallah, is quite delicious and very healthy and neat. So I think they did well, and the hotels are quite clean and nice also.
The ideal locations of the accommodations, including their proximity to the Holy Mosque, allow pilgrims to attain 100,000 rewards in each compulsory prayer in the Haram. After the day's busy schedule of travel and activity, all the pilgrims looked forward to relishing their luxury accommodations for the night.
And then he also established his own corner, what we call Nigerian corner, in Rotana Hotel, where Nigerian food and dishes were served, just like what we had in Medina. And this is something that you ask yourself, was it just like that? Was it done for him like that? Why not for other people? So it means there must be a cost implication to it. And yet, he is able to improve and introduce these services to us. Everybody was happy, everybody was elated.
Well, the local dishes made it like we are not out of Nigeria. It's very, very important. Even some of the Arabs were eating the same food we were eating. In fact, by the time some of the Nigerians come in to eat, the food is finished. So I think everybody enjoyed the Nigerian food, and I think you should continue with it.
Zamzam is too crowded. Getting to Zamzam with the lift is a problem. From the ground, from the lobby to your room, to get a lift is tedious. The restaurant as well. Comparing with this one, this is much better.
Mina, known as the Tent City, is 7 kilometers east of the Masjid al-Haram. Hajj pilgrims must spend the nights of the 8th, 10th and 11th, and for those who desire, the 12th of Dhul Hijjah in Mina. Prior to the 8th day of Dhul Hijjah, and despite a number of access restrictions, the Comerel Hajj team busily inspected the tents in Mina and Arafah, ensuring that they were prepared in Comerel style for the arriving pilgrims. To guarantee incomparable comfort to the pilgrims, Comerel Travels provides customized bags to the intending pilgrims for their personal use during their time in Mina and Arafat. On the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, the day Hajj commences. The VIP buses anxiously awaited for the pilgrims at their hotels in anticipation of the journey to Mina.
الشوق يحملهم لدمعهم درقوا شوقا إلى عرفات.
Ever diligent regarding pilgrim experience and safety, a head count was complete prior to departure for Mina. En route to Mina, the pilgrims were provided with their tent keys so they could proceed to their tents on arrival. In the style characteristic of Comerel, the tents were above the general A tent standard. They were in fact A+ tents, each one en suite. In addition, Comerel pilgrims in Mina were served their meals daily at a dedicated point in open buffet, exclusively for their use. The tents were gated, with security personnel manning all entrances. Admission to the secured tent area was restricted to Comerel pilgrims alone.
I have noticed that our tents in Mina have remarkably been upgraded. Their facilities have been improved. Their services have been improved. Our concern and complaints of last year for people coming to invade or take our services from other tour operators, this year it was, the tents were well protected.
The Comerel tents, 200 meters from the Jamrat stoning area, were well equipped, featuring the finest accoutrements, including air conditioning. In Mina, Comerel tents were the best tents provided for African non-Arab pilgrims. All praise belongs to Allah.
Quite frankly, I was extremely happy with the tent. First, the tent in Mina, there were just 4 of us in the tent. The convenience was located inside our room. The AC worked perfectly. Our prayer, where we usually pray, was also very convenient, well air conditioned. I've been to other tents before, so I know what the tents look like. And I would say I've never been to a tent that is better than ours.
After the pilgrims were comfortably settled at Mina, the Amir al-Hajj, together with the other instructors, reiterated the expectations of the day to come, the 9th day of Zulhijjah, to the pilgrims.
It's very important. That is why some people, before they come for Hajj, at home they will start training, going out for exercise. Why? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
On the day of Arafah, after the Subhi prayer, the pilgrims walked a small distance to the waiting buses proceeding on to Arafah. The pilgrims were pleased to find Comerel VIP buses right on time, even prior to Fajr. As expected, non-Comerel pilgrims whose transport was not provided by their agents attempted to board Comerel buses. Experienced Comerel staffers politely but firmly refused, always protecting the interest of Comerel pilgrims. Clearly, this day is the day of separating real VIP companies from charlatans who falsely claim to provide what they cannot attain. After confirming that all Comerel pilgrims were safely aboard, the 11-kilometer journey to Arafah began. Doubtless, this is the busiest days of Hajj, a day of complete and utter solitude. It is the day in which more than 3 million pilgrims move toward a single destination. Even so, Comerel pilgrims found the journey to Arafah well planned and comfortable.
The movement from Mina to Arafah, for example, very smooth. We went straight to our camp, very close. In fact, the bus dropped us in front of our camp, and on entering our own section, it was quite comfortable. Very comfortable, and our stay in the room, in and out of the place, services, water, AC, food. In fact, I didn't want to leave Arafah because of the way it was organized. There was no hinge at all, no problem at all in Arafah. It was the best. It was the best for me. In fact, if I don't look at the 2 hotels, if I want to take any of those stay, I will take the one in Arafat as one of the best.
Here is a view of the impressive grouping of Comerel VIP tents, as well as the exclusive buffet serving point. Comerel has gained accolades in both Mina and Arafah for this well-thought-out and beautiful arrangement.
For Arafah, members in our room, 4 of us that were in the room in Mina, had also had the same room in Arafah. There were just 4 of us, so we had the same room members. The air condition was also good, probably even better than the one in Mina. It was really convenient for us. We said that we did our ibadah in excellent condition. So I was quite happy with the tent in Arafah as well.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله الحمد لله هذا اليوم الذي يباهي الله سبحانه وتعالى به ملائكته هذا اليوم الذي ورد في الصحيحين.
Praises and thanks are due to Allah. We praise Him, we seek His help.
A brief sermon began the activities prior to the combined Zuhur and Asr prayers.
اللهم تقبل دعاءنا ودعاء من سأل الدعاء منا. اللهم تقبل دعاءنا.
After the combined prayers, the pilgrims stood facing the direction of the Kaaba until sunset. For the pilgrims, this is the essence of Hajj, standing at Arafah and supplicating to Allah profusely. In many respects, the day of Arafah resembles descriptions of the Day of Judgment. The greatest difference being on the Day of Judgment, the opportunities to make amends are no more. Thankfully, on the day of Arafah, there are still opportunities to change the course of one's life for the better.
The remaining in Arafat was very good, and in fact, it exceeded my expectation. And I was particularly happy with the way and manner the orderliness was put in place, the environment for the sermon, and then the reception. In terms of feeding, everything was well packaged. So I'm very, very happy with it.
As expected, Comerel's VIP buses were parked in front of the Arafah tents in readiness for the movement to Muzdalifah. As the sun descended slowly below the horizon, the pilgrims moved onto the buses for the short trip to Muzdalifah. A significant challenge often faced by pilgrims is completing the Hajj rites within a very specific and narrow time frame. Without proper instruction and arrangements, this is very difficult to accomplish, given that more than 3 million pilgrims will be at the same place performing the same rites and at the same time.
I was quite happy with the movement. Why? 1, the bus was very good. I think it was brand new. Everything in the bus worked. Number 2, the bus was on time in all cases. Number 3, the driver, or at least the person assisting the driver, knew exactly where we were going. Now, this may not sound important to others, but until you get lost in these type of movements, you would know that it is extremely important that you know that the driver be knowledgeable of the routes to take to these different locations. Because if you get lost or you get delayed, you can miss 1 or 2 activities.
At Muzdalifah, the pilgrims selected their place under the night sky and settled down.
Since Muzdalifah is an open place and you just find a place to sit down. I mean, I wouldn't say enjoy. It's the word to use, but I don't know of how it could be any better. You know, we had a good location as far as I'm concerned. Now the things to be enjoyed, probably the refreshments that were given. We had dinner. And when we were about to leave Muzdalifah and we got on the bus, we also had further refreshments, which was really good. That's on our way back to Makkah. So yeah, Muzdalifah was okay. I don't know how you could have been any better. You all stay outside. Everybody stays outside.
Allah
in line with the instruction contained in the Sunnah, which also gives permission to the aged, the sick, children, women and their mahrams to leave Muzdalifah after midnight. All pilgrims left for Makkah after midnight to perform Tawaful Ifada.
As we go to Mecca to go and perform the activities like ulamas have been talking about,
I think the logistics were all okay throughout the entire trip. I understand that there are certain things that are beyond control of the company, obviously. Things like traffic.
The return to Makkah was smooth and highlighted the importance of selecting the appropriate expenditure of funds when planning to go on Hajj or Umrah. The seemingly unimportant details make for a great experience, and it is those to which Comerel attends carefully to set it apart from the rest. Once checked into their hotel accommodations, the pilgrims enjoyed a few moments of relaxation and later took the stroll to the Grand Mosque to perform Tawaful Ifada.
صلاة العيد أثابكم الله
أقيموا صفوفكم وتراصوا. الله أكبر
الله أكبر
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
The Hajj team thoughtfully arranged for the bulk purchase of rams on behalf of the pilgrims. The Amirul Hajj supervised the slaughter, then portions of the mutton were fried, packaged, and given to each pilgrim. All pilgrims must get ready to leave Makkah after the Asr prayer. He went to the Jamarat for the stoning of Jamratul Aqaba and commenced the stay of the days of Tashriq.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
The Amirul Hajj worked out a well-planned roster with the scholars to ensure a short admonition after each of the 5 daily prayers.
Alamar kafuwa a wannan ibada shine a ga mutane sun ƙara kafuwa cikin ibada, sun ƙara dagewa cikin bautan Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Babu shakka ya isa hajji girma a wajen Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, duk da yadda muka san girman jihadi da muhimmancinsa da girmansa a cikin addini. Amma na Aisha Allah ya kara mata yarda a hadisin Bukhari ta ce wa manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wa sallama na jihad afdal al-amal afala nujahid. Manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wa sallama yace mata lakinna afdal al-jihad hajjun mabrur. Muna ganin jihadi aiki ne mai girma, ba a yi wani umarni mu yi jihadi ba, sai manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wa sallama ma'abucin jawabin kai ya ce mata mafi girman hajji a wajen Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shine mafi girman jihadi a wajen Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shine hajjin da ya zama karɓaɓɓe.
The stay in Mina was probably the best part of this Hajj, at least for me. We had 2 prominent sheikhs, which I wouldn't want to mention their name, but we did have 2 prominent sheikhs, and after various obligatory prayers, they did give us sermons on different topics that had to do with Arafah, that had to do with Islam in general, and that had to do with the way we live our lives. It was really enlightening for me.
There was no any idle time. That's what I can say. There was no any idle time. You don't even have time to even do what you want to do that is outside the spiritual program. in that place. So I think it's a very high level of organization by the spiritual leaders to do all those things.
Those who travelled with Comerel in 2016 immediately realised the exceptional improvements in the services at Mina, resulting in the pilgrims' ability to better enjoy their stay and concentrate on their worship. In the noon of the 12th day of Dhul Hijjah, Comerel pilgrims performed the final stoning of the 3 monoliths. As promised, Comerel staffers guided the pilgrims to the stoning area, demonstrating how to stone properly and avoid the crowd. After the stoning, the pilgrims reassembled at their arranged muster point and walked the short distance to the waiting VIP buses, which conveyed them securely back to Makkah.
For example, when we finished our Jamrat on the 3rd day and we were going back to Mecca, among us, we had our wives and daughters who were not strong. Some of them have shown sign of weakness. And by the time we came to the Jamra tunnel, we realized that the authorities did not allow our buses to cross the tunnel. The Comerel staff organized a special vehicle that came and picked our women and our children across the tunnel at their own expenses. This is a rare feat. This is something that no tour operator will do this to you.
The pilgrims were delighted with the standard they witnessed in the services of Comerel Experience, which contrasted sharply with what they got from other Hajj operators. With Comerel Travels, now they had fond memories of Hajj as the sacred and uplifting journey it should be, truly the journey of a lifetime.
And I want to say that it met all the expectations as put together by the company. So far, I would say we've had a very satisfying activity with respect to the Hajj activities put in place.
Well, it has been a nice and wonderful experience. We have been taken care of. We have enjoyed the Nigerian dishes that were served at these places. We were just at home, a little away from home. It was really an experience. We were well taken care of, and I think we enjoyed the comfort that was, exhibited in these camps that we stayed at. And just like I said, we had a nice stay, alhamdulillah.
There are certain things that were beyond the control of Comerel, but even with that, they made it their responsibility to keep us as comfortable as possible. So yes, I was filled with stories of fear and horror, but no, I did not experience any of those on this trip.
Comerel is humbled by the appreciation shown by the pilgrims to the services rendered to them by its dedicated staff. But Comerel testifies that the source of its success is with Allah, the custodian of success. The high level of client satisfaction this year, as is the custom with Comerel every year, is impressive.
On the scale to 100, I will give you 90%. The 10% is beyond your reach because we are human beings. You can't be perfect.
I don't want to rate Comerel in terms of percentage. One is tempted to be carried away. But I always said the company has performed excellently well.
Rate you in the 90th percentile, from 90 to 99. I'm quite happy with it. I would recommend Comerel to anybody. I do plan to come back with Comerel, inshallah.
So far, I think I'll give you not less than 95%.
I'd probably give it a high 80s. It was good. I wouldn't say it was absolutely perfect. Perfection would probably be skipping all that traffic.
I will give you 95%. I take 5% for Mina.
Not least with pilgrims determined to henceforth travel exclusively with Comerel, for their Umrah and Hajj trips. In the pilgrims' words, the excellent services of Comerel allowed them to concentrate completely on the spiritual activities of Hajj, since planning and logistics of the arduous journey are handled by Comerel.
So my following Comerel year in year out is born out of the fact that I want to have a tour operator that will give me all the services I need so that I will have enough time to face my ibadah.
In terms of value for money, I think I've gotten value because I've gone through this experience and I've come out the other end, and it's a positive one in my mind.
Pilgrims were also excited to see a Nigerian company successfully competing with other companies from all over the world in providing a world-class Hajj experience.
I'm more than proud. It lifts my heart, that as a nation we're trying to make those strides. And for that specific reason, if I am opportune to make this trip again, I will make it with this company.
If you see any Comerel boss, either in Medina or Mecca, you will not be left in doubt that this is a first-class tour operator. In fact, we feel elated anytime we are boarding our buses and you look up and see proudly Nigerian.
I've not seen a single Nigerian company that had a better bus than us, and even if they did have a better bus, they did not brand it, so I don't know it's them. I like the idea of proudly Nigerian, and with the big Comerel logo by the side of the bus. It's good for branding, it's good for marketing, and hopefully other Nigerian pilgrims saw it, and maybe it will convince them to use Comerel the next time around they're coming to Saudi Arabia.
They're always prepared. They are very good. They have managers that have experience. So I don't see any company or international company that can do better than them.
For those who have joined Comerel Travels for Hajj previously, this journey provided many good memories and provided new experiences. For traveling with Comerel for the first time, there was a blend of emotions brought about by the satisfaction of a hassle-free Hajj and a pilgrimage that exceeded every expectation.
Maybe they took the challenge headlong in order to prove that no matter the situation they found themselves, they can still fulfill their obligations and maintain their standards, and that they have done. It was to the admiration of those of us who have known Comerel for all these years before.
As far as everybody is concerned, you have exceeded our expectations. You have done a job, and everybody is saying well done.
They intensified their prayers at the Kaaba, performed the farewell tawaf, and traveled safely throughout the intense journey. Each pilgrim has been born anew, Insha'Allah, with their previous sins forgiven. Their dream of Hajj dreams has become a reality. The medical team successfully treated many cases of illness before, during, and after the Hajj exercise.
I can't compare it, because the other ones I did, it was not even up to 50% of the enjoyment I did for this one. So the services of Comerel, for me, is 100%. It's excellent. In fact, I'll put excellent in all the activities from the beginning of my journey.
The decision to leave early for Jeddah allowed the pilgrims the opportunity to arrive early, relax and catch their flight at Jeddah Airport easily.
Welcome to Namdi at Kuwait International, where the local time is 2:59 in the afternoon and the outer temperature is 30 degrees Celsius.
All the pilgrims returned home safely with precious priceless memories. Glory be to Allah, Lord of the worlds.